Hello Virgos, this is a tarot reading for 2023. We're going to pull a card for each month of the year and see what's going on for you, and then we're going to use another deck and look at each area of life represented by the astrological houses. So first we have the Five of Swords, and then the Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, okay, a lot of fives cards. Wow, we have all 5 cards in this reading. Okay, well this looks like a bit of a crazy reading for 2023. Okay, I'll be back. I need to check something. since we have so many 5 cards, I mean all of the 5 cards, I think it is important to look up an actual meaning of what that means. Fives are communication, swift and successful action, and acquiring new knowledge or resources. Fives say you have to deal positively with any situation as it is now rather than the way you would like it to be. With effort and help, often from further afield or sources you haven't considered before, all will be resolved in ways you had not even envisaged, but that are always right. Okay, I feel like that didn't really give much of an explanation, but anyway. So starting out in January, we have the 5 of Swords. So there's some kind of like battle, thievery, something bad that has happened. Someone has gotten away with something. Let's clarify that though. Somebody has gotten away with something with a 6 of Cups. So it could be that, and this is somebody that you knew from long ago, like someone from your past has stolen from you or cheated you or defeated you in some way. Or it could be that you're thinking about a time where that happened to you, or you're learning how to be more careful like about who you trust with your resources or your time, and like sharing your thoughts and communicating. And there's something about a wishing well or money. So it could be that someone has stolen from you money-wise, or like stolen your hopes and dreams. Maybe someone has like copied some kind of artistic creative thing that you've made, and it could be someone that you've known for a while, like a friend or a family member, someone that you had some like nice memories with, but it's something that has like really turned sour. And so yeah, anyway, throughout this year it looks like there's going to be some downs, definitely some ups and downs, and you could be feeling like a big struggle throughout the year. But in February with the 9 of Pentacles, it looks like you're going to be really happy with your independence and financial security and stability. You're really going strong with all of that by yourself, being independent, secure with everything that you've accumulated and all the plans that you have for yourself. So yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles coming out to clarify the 9 of Pentacles, it looks like you're seeing the fruition and the physical manifestation of steady planning and like stable progress that you've been making and putting into a project or putting into yourself. And you're really reaping the rewards and benefits and seeing the outcome of all of this hard work that you've put into. But it's something that you've taken your time and have been slow and careful with, and you've really taken your time to get where you are, to get to the success of where you are. So yeah, I think you're going to be feeling really happy in February. It looks like there's a pattern, like it's good and then bad, bad and then good, then bad, then good, then bad, then good, then bad, then good, which is really interesting. And then in March we have the Five of Pentacles. Then around March, well, part of March is Pisces season, so that will be activating your 7th house, which means you could be feeling a bit left out, in the cold, or abandoned by someone you were in a relationship with. It doesn't have to be romantic, it could be family, it could be friendship, or it could even be work, especially if you're in some kind of business partnership with someone. But you could definitely feel like you're lacking in some way with the resources, and it could be that it could have to do with this Five of Swords, whatever was going on here. If you were like in a relationship and had a breakup with the Five of Swords, it could be that you were feeling defeated in January. Then February you were feeling more stable and more content, and then in March you were kind of reminded of it again and were feeling more insecure about it, about the situation. Yeah, so we have the Ace of Cups clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So this could have to do with a situation or person that you had hopes for, you had hopes and dreams for, and you wanted it to come to fruition, but I think maybe something has like ended before it could get good, or like the essence of love and caring and compassion was sucked out of the situation. And it's just like, it's really become a cold, distant relationship and connection between you and someone else. Then in April with the Chariot, after having dealt with this Five of Pentacles situation in March, it could be that you're learning how to gain control of your life again. And it can also represent a struggle in trying to find a balance of two very different paths that you want to go down, two very different options, or two very different situations or people that you could be interacting with, and you're learning how to balance these two contrasting things so that you can go down a path that is one that you will make sense for you and feels right for you. There's also like an essence of this card where you want to forget the past and not look back. It's just about keep going forward and focus on the path that is right and best for you and makes the most sense for you. But there's like a really foggy, cloudy, distant past. It's like dust, biting the dust. Biting the dust is a phrase that stands out. Leaving someone in the dust, trying to get away quickly on your path so that you can reach success before someone else has the chance to catch up. So it really could have to do that with something where you're competing with someone, especially if you're in a competitive business field, or you could be competing for someone's time and attention, or money, or resources. So before I started talking about the Chariot, I was getting subconscious vibes, like this moon card that came out to clarify it. I can't remember exactly what I was thinking, but it could be that you don't want to know something that's going on. Like you don't want to hear about the bad things. You don't want to hear about anything that could affect you. You just want to be able to focus on what's ahead of you and how you can get ahead and how you can get on the path and stay on the path to your ultimate goal and journey, which could, it doesn't have to do it might not have to do with relationships or career. It could just have to do with like getting to know yourself better. Or you could be running away from yourself, but your like subconscious fears and everything are always catching up to you. So your subconscious fears could be something that's just like driving you crazy at the moment or during April. Then in May, we have the Five of Wands, so even more battles and chaos and arguments and conflict. Then after May, we have June, where you have the Hanged Man, where you're just going to be like taking some complete time out from like a kind of exhausting first third of the year. So the Six of Pentacles and the Sun card are clarifying the Five of Wands, which means, so yeah, this could be a conflict over money or resources and sharing your time and energy and resources. It could be conflict over giving, like someone's giving more than they're taking, like someone's giving more and more to someone who is just taking and taking. There's no equal give and take. But with the Sun card, I think that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, basically. It could be that someone's like been riding on your back for a long time, and you're getting weighed down, you're getting weary and like exhausted, and it's just tiring you out and taking all your time and energy. And this person could be disguised as someone who wants to help you, but I don't think they actually do want to help you. And I think you're going to be in conflict and confrontation over that. And then in June, we have the Hanged Man. So you're just taking a complete time out because you're like exhausted from everything that's gone on. You just need like a complete break to rejuvenate and gather your thoughts and kind of figure out what you're going to do next. But like you really need time to just rest and recover and recuperate. Okay, this is very interesting. So I think whatever conflict you've been in, it could have been surrounding two different men or masculine energies with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Or it could be that you're thinking about something new regarding these two different people. Or you could be these two different energies. And then with the Ace of Swords, you're coming up with some kind of new clarity, new insight, which is really good for clarifying the Hanged Man, because that's exactly what it's supposed to bring. The Hanged Man is supposed to bring new insight and perspective and clarity from looking at things at a different angle, which I think is definitely going to happen in June. And so if you were in battle or conflict with a King of Pentacles and or a King of Cups person, you're coming to some kind of new clarity and insight, and it could be with like how to make the situation better with them. It could be that you have two bosses or like just two different authority figures that you've been in conflict with, or like 2 potential partners. Maybe you're dating like 2 different people, and that makes sense going into July with the Lovers card, because it means that you have a choice to make surrounding partnership. So it could be that you have to choose between 2 different people, and since the King of Cups and King of Pentacles came out, it could be that they are very similar, and it's kind of hard for you to choose. Okay, so whatever choice you have to make between people, you're going to want to pick the option that makes you feel the most secure and at home, and like you have nothing to worry about. You're basically secure in like every single way that you could be with this person, and yeah, like your home and family life with this person is just very secure, like financially and emotionally. You're very supported. And then on the like for the other option, it's very like a lot of your subconscious fears could be being triggered, and there could be secrets being kept from you, but also like on another note, it could be that you're like, don't fall into the trap of choosing an option just because it makes you feel like seemingly safe. Like it could be a facade and it might not be the truth. So like all that glitters is not gold. So like really get to the essence of who these people are, like what these different options are. You really want to like get down to the essence of it and learn the truth of it, and see if you're actually genuinely secure with each person or each situation, and if it's not just like a front, like something fake. You really want to get down to the root of it, whatever it is. Moving on to August with the 5 of Cups, you could be experiencing some kind of loss or grief or sadness. It could be because of a loss from the Lovers card. Like you may have picked an option and found out that it was not the right one, or like something like the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Or it could be that you're just like you were interested, like really interested in 2 different people, and so you're going to be grieving either way because you would have to say goodbye to someone. Or it could be that you chose none. You chose neither person, and because they just weren't right for you or whatever. And so you're upset about that you have no one. But the 5 of Cups is all about mourning and grieving, so it's temporary. But I think for the month of August, it's going to be a focus for you to just like let yourself grieve over whatever this loss has been. Bridge over troubled water. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 10 of Swords, and 6 of Wands. So ultimately, you like will get through this situation. It's going to be hard, and you're going to really have to focus on nurturing yourself and like being kind to yourself through the situation, and potentially going to therapy or speaking to like friends or someone close to you who really understands what you're going through, who you can lean on for support through this ending, because with the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, it's like can be a really painful ending. So like you really need to nurture yourself and your emotions through this time. But with the 6 of Wands, I see you like successfully coming out of this ending, this situation, happy and grateful like for it and that it happened. Or just it means that you're going to like successfully come out of this grieving and mourning process happier by the end of the month. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles for September. So you're definitely holding on to the things that make you feel secure, which is like that really makes sense to come after the 4 of Pentacles and to come after all of this. You're really just keeping like every single resource that you have really close to your heart and your chest, and like you're hiding away everything that you have so that you can protect yourself. Like you really need the sense of having all of this money and these things and like as much resources and support you can get, and you're just like really holding on to it tightly so that you can feel a sense of safety and security and stability and like a consistency, a constancy in your life at the given time, which is September. Yeah, so I think you're holding on to your resources so that you can get back to feeling this way. You really want to feel the 10 of Pentacles way, which is just a really happy home life where you are feeling secure with your friends or family or partner, feeling really secure and stable and safe with all your finances and resources and all of your support, and you're holding on to whatever makes you feel that way. That's like what's most important to you for September. Then with the Devil card, we could be getting out of some kind of addiction is coming to the forefront, something that is impacting us negatively on the emotional, spiritual, or physical or mental level, or all of them. There's too much of something going on. So this could have something to do with dating and romance or love. So with the Devil card and the Knight of Cups, it's something about like dancing with the devil, or better the devil you do know than the one you don't know. So those two things are coming up, those two phrases. But yeah, it's just there could be some kind of romantic interest that is actually really the devil in disguise, and you might not notice it straight away. But I think that if you are dealing with someone of the Knight of Cups energy who is like really dreamy and charming and like really sweet and loving and kind, and maybe is really good at the honeymoon phase of things, but like kind of love bombs you, is stuff to watch out for in October, especially because it's Libra season and Libra can like very much be the Knight of Cups kind of energy. So yeah, it's important to remember, like be wary of like love bombing and stuff like that in October. And but yeah, this could be someone who's like coming into your life who looks like everything that you ever wanted, and it looks amazing on the surface, but it's like not, it's just not how it actually is deep down on the inside. Like it's just not the reality of the situation. This person who could be coming into your life in October is someone who has a long chain of people. And it's really important to listen to that song Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin, and I'll put that in the description. But that is something, that's a message that's coming up strongly for October. Then in November we have the Page of Cups. So if you did end up going further with whoever you met in October season, you could be finding out that what they're offering you doesn't actually like amount to that much, because we went from the Knight of Cups, clarifying the devil, to the Page of Cups. So it's a step down. And then in December we have the Nine of Swords. So you could be feeling like really anxious and worried and like staying up, being kept up late by thoughts of this stuff, and how like you were kind of fooled or tricked. And someone could be like toying with you, but anyway. The Page of Cups in November could be a pleasant sign, like just by itself. It could be that you are getting some sweet messages from people, but it's important not to fall for the Page of Cups if it is representing a romantic energy, because the Page of Cups is kind of like really immature and inexperienced when it comes to love and romance. There's also a bit of a naivety and innocence with it as well, but it's not enough to keep you satisfied, basically. So we have the Hermit, clarifying the Page of Cups, which isn't too bad. So it could mean that you're going into yourself and learning a bit more about how to be the Page of Cups energy to yourself, which is like really nurturing and loving, and kind of getting to know yourself a bit better. And it could even represent like connecting with your guardian angels or spirit guides. But it could really mean that you're spending time alone, nurturing yourself, getting to know yourself better in a way that is right for you, and whatever that looks like for you. But it could also represent that you've been feeling so lonely that you're willing to accept the level of Page of Cups offers, which isn't like, you deserve more than the Page of Cups, basically, because you're not going to be fulfilled by the Page of Cups. Like, it's really just not enough, and you deserve more than the Page of Cups. Then in December we have the Nine of Swords, so we definitely need to check this out. So there's some kind of like emotional feeling or something you want to manifest, or it could be, yeah, I think it's just an emotional feeling, like a feeling that you have for someone of love or romance and affection and emotion, and it's just not coming together. It could be that you're like trying to offer something romantic in feeling to somebody else, especially with the Page of Cups and then the Ace of Cups, but it's like not enough. It doesn't feel like enough to you or to the other person, and that could be the reason why you're staying up late at night, like just worried and preoccupied with these anxious thoughts about whatever it is that you can't have. And then also with the Ten of Wands, it's like this is very exhausting and draining for you, like physically and mentally and emotionally, because with the Nine of Swords you're staying up late and not getting much sleep, or if you are getting sleep, it's like not working because you're just anxious the whole time, even when you're sleeping. And then with the Ten of Wands, it represents like physical exhaustion because, well, when you're not getting enough sleep, or if you're like emotionally depleted, then it really takes a toll on your physical ability as well. So yeah, you could be really feeling physically, like basically in every aspect, depleted by December. So I'm going to look at the advice for you. The advice for you is the Fool card. So take a leap of faith, take chances, start new, start fresh, wherever you feel it, wherever it resonates with you. When you feel things contract within yourself and it's like gives you this like bitter sense within yourself, stay away from it. And also take a new faith, like take a leap on an ending when those contracting feelings within yourself start to happen. When things make you feel expand within yourself, and make you feel more open, take a leap of faith and say yes to those things. But also like be cautious. But it's like the Fool card is saying, say yes to happiness, say yes to the things that make you happy, but also have like balance it with a bit of caution and like sensibility as well. Okay, so now we're going to look at each area of your life through houses 1 to 12. Yeah, in the first house we have the 7 of Swords, which makes kind of a lot of sense. And then in the second house we have King of Pentacles. So with the 7 of Swords, you're like approaching life really protectively of yourself and everything that you have. You're having to be like sneaky and sly this year, and you're approaching life with a sense of like people could be out to get me, so I need to be like really protective and sneaky and like really calculated. And I think calculated is the right word. Like you're really gonna have to you're feeling like you have to be extra careful and cautious of the way you act and the plans that you make and things that you do and how you act on certain situations and people, and just your approach to life and things that you say yes to, things that you decide to do. You're really going to be like analyzing these things. Then in the second house we have the King of Pentacles, which is really nice. It means like it makes sense for a Virgo, but you're really going to be on top of your money. Yeah, you could be coming into a lot of financial abundance with the King of Pentacles, and definitely follow the cautiousness and like the discipline with the King of Pentacles for like not being overly generous with your money, and protecting it. Yeah, just being disciplined and sensible with making money and giving money and sharing resources, but ultimately I think you're going to have enough to survive, like at the bare minimum, but you could be coming into a lot of self-made money this year. With the third house, we have the Hermit, so you could be spending a lot of time in isolation and seclusion and solitude, having time for yourself, focusing on your heart center, really listening to what it is you want to do, not communicating with just anybody. You could be keeping to yourself a lot this year. Not really getting much out of your shell much this year, which really makes sense with the Seven of Swords. You could be like coming off really sneaky and mysterious to other people as well. Then with the 4th house, we have the Two of Swords. So there's some decision you need to make. It could be about like moving in with someone else, or moving out of a house, moving to a different place, selling a house, something like that, but also something to do with security and stability and safety. Things that make you feel safe, but have to do with like the home area of life. There's something that you're not seeing, but there's a decision that needs to be made. So there could be a bit of mystery and curiosity going on with 4th house matters. For the 5th house, we have Judgment. So you could be coming to some kind of realization and awakening about your capabilities for how to, like your own creative capabilities. Coming to a realization that you're allowed to relax and have fun. And it could be coming to a realization that you want children or more romance in your life. Or it could be coming to a decision, coming to a realization about making a decision about those things. It could be that you're changing, something about you is changing. You're going through some kind of transformation, and it's changing your ideas, like perspective on creativity and romance and children. In the 7th house, we have 6 of Swords. So you're definitely wanting to like move away from people who aren't serving your highest good and from people you aren't getting along with. You're definitely focused on leaving those chaotic situations that bring nothing but stress and turmoil, which is really good because it shows that you're not trying to stay somewhere where you aren't fulfilled. So it's like important to remember that if you aren't feeling fulfilled anywhere in like a situation or job or relationship, it's better to leave and like deal with the grief and then like move on to better things. In the 8th house, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So definitely a strong energy about protecting your own things, possibly protecting what you have and what you own and what you earn for yourself from a partner who could be taking way too much from you. If that isn't it, then it could be protecting your partner's resources. If you have shared resources and your partner is like overspending or something like that. Oh, wait, no, I got this wrong. That was the 6th house. I missed the 6th house. Okay, well, I still think those messages apply. But anyway, 6 of Swords in the 6th house. I mean, it really relates to your day-to-day life as well, because if you have a partner, if you're with someone, usually people are involved in one-on-one partnerships in their day-to-day life. And this could be relating to the solitude you're experiencing with like just daily communication with people. Like you're getting away from people who in your day-to-day life you just don't get along with, and that you're not gelling with, you're not vibing with. Like there's only chaos and conflict with these people in your day-to-day life. And yeah, it could really be representing a work situation, being that the 6 of Swords is in your 6th house. 4 of Pentacles for the 7th house, it like has a lot to do, like the same meaning as your as in the 8th house, but you're definitely protecting yourself and you're protecting your time and resources and energy and finances from other people who just take too much. Like you're really feeling this need of protection, particularly in your soul and spirit and emotionally, but like it's also especially financially and materially, like you're protecting yourself, or you're coming into contact with people who are showing that same type of energy and like are really reflecting that side of you in your connections with them. In the 8th house, we have the Knight of Cups. So given that the Knight of Cups came out to clarify the Devil card earlier, I would say definitely watch out where it comes to like emotional vulnerability and sharing finances with a partner. Definitely don't marry anybody or get into some kind of serious commitment, romantic or otherwise, if someone's presenting as that they have lots of money and that they can take care of you. Like, do not fall for it. It's better to stick to yourself, or at least like really know what you're doing if you are getting involved with someone like that. But it could be that you're interacting with someone tricky when it comes to shared finances, like particularly in marriage or like dealing with in-laws and stuff like that. But on another note, it could be like a very loving time, or like a very romantic gestury kind, where people are like offering to like pay for your dinners and pay for vacations and stuff like that, just being really kind of lovely in that sort of way. But obviously don't feel obliged to owe anybody anything if they are insisting on spending money and love and time and energy on you. Like if you've made it clear that you don't necessarily need those things. Then we have the 5 of Swords, again, 5 and 7, in the 9th house, which is like your opinions, beliefs, philosophies, spirituality, religion, higher education, travel, foreigners, publishing. A lot of conflict, thievery, maybe someone stealing, again, like I'm getting stealing creative ideas, or conflict with people and their philosophies and opinions and beliefs, and spirituality and religion. It's really just you're having a tough time with 9th house matters and like interacting with other people and having challenging conversations with people. Also higher education, so yeah, it's a really like conflicting time, chaotic time for 9th house matters, but also potentially good if you're studying law. Good for anything to do with like law and enforcement, because this is like a really warrior, strong type energy. But again, you have to like be cautious and to make sure that nothing bad is happening to you. Like this reading is actually giving me like spy vibes, which is really interesting, just because the 7 of Swords is there, we have to be like really sneaky, and then the Hermit is there, which is like a really secluded, kind like hidden kind of energy. And then the 5 of Swords, like, oh, it's just crazy. Anyway, 7 of Pentacles for the 10th house. You're definitely happy with how far you've come career-wise, status-wise, reputation-wise, and you might be having a little bit of a pause and a break to look at how far you've come, and you're genuinely satisfied with it. And but it's not time to rest completely yet. You gotta get back on the horse and keep growing that success and that growth. Because this lady's basket is empty. She's harvesting the fruits of her labor, and she's like taking those fruits and she's planting them again so that she can harvest even more. Then for the 11th house, we have the moon, The 11th house represents the groups and networks that you're associated with, and can also represent friendship groups. And we have the moon card, so there could be things coming out about your friends or organizations or groups that you're associated with. Something about subconscious fears, or not necessarily fears, but anything subconscious. Anything hidden is coming out, so it could indicate that you're having troubles with groups, organizations, or friends that you're friendship groups that you're a part of. There could be a lot of conflict going on there, and it could be because you're following your intuition and like discovering a secret, finding out the truth to something. It's coming to light, and you might not necessarily expose it for the whole world, but I think you are confronting someone with the truth about something. Okay, I think there's a lot going on in for the 12th house area of life for you. So we have the Two of Wands, which is really representing planning where you want to go next and what you want to do next. In fact, it could be taking too long, spending too much time in the planning stage of things, instead of just taking on the full energy and jumping straight into life, and like maybe not being as cautious like a typical Virgo is. Yeah, I think that's what it's saying. Like you have this subconscious habit of like spending a lot of time in the planning phase, which is good, but then it could go so far that you're not able to jump on opportunities and say yes to opportunities when they come up. You could be stuck in this like planning phase and having to do things exactly to a T as you planned, instead of just being sporadic, like the Fool card, and just taking a chance of life. But then the Death card comes out as well, so there's definitely some kind of huge transformation going on in your in the subconscious realm. So yeah, those are all the messages that I've got for you, Virgo. Thank you for watching, and you'll have to let me know what ends up happening in 2023 for you.